Your host Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, girls of your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine, a city so.
Hi, this is Mark Meriday from the Original Sports Podcast with Mark Meriday and the Barbershop crew, and you're watching Good Morning Frederick with Dani, and we all love Dani.
They are so sweet. I can't wait to do more of those. This in the Streets. That's when that was done last year with Mark and Terry Meriday. Good morning, Frederick. Today is Monday, June 2nd, and I am your host, Dani Gurrie. Oh, well, we got a brand new nonprofit. We're going to talk about that in just a second. But first, a rundown of the show. Good Morning Frederick is all about Frederick, Maryland, the people, the events, the nonprofits. Anything that impacts you. If you're thinking of moving to Frederick, if you live in Frederick, share this podcast with people who also love Frederick, Maryland. I know I do. We're going to go over what's happening in Frederick. I've been dubbed the queen of events and keeping you up to date with them. And we're going to highlight some of those. Then we've got PAWSOME PETS. CB is a 7-year-old male terrier mix. Then I introduce you to Joe Richardson from Mountainside Education and Enrichment in partnership with Stroll Landsdale. We call this segment Missions That Matter, and we highlight our new nonprofit for every month that is the beneficiary of 100% of the proceeds of Good Morning Frederick merchandise. All right, Mountainside Education and Enrichment. I encourage you to look it up. They keep good food out of the landfill and make sure other kids who want that food get it. It's a very interesting program, and I 100% think what Joe is doing is amazing and could impact the entire country, not only just Frederick, Maryland. So we'll get to all of that today's show. And don't forget about the podcast. I am quickly updating as fast as I can everything that's going on there. All right, let's kick off the show. I want to thank our show sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick, open daily, noon to 9 p.m. Do you want to hop on the show? Yeah, that one. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
That's Brody coming and going. Thank you. All right. Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard. It's always chaos. My life is complete chaos. Open daily, noon to 9 p.m. You can also pick up a hot pretzel or iced coffee. Boy, the weather looks lovely this week for Rita's. Let me just tell you, I pulled up the forecast a few minutes ago. 76 is the high today, 84 tomorrow, 90 on Wednesday and Thursday. No rain in sight until, of course, Friday and Saturday. Friday looks like thunderstorms and 89. Saturday morning, a little bit of rain, 84. And Sunday, 81. Finally, even though we're not even in summer yet, looks like summer has kicked in. So if you want some Rita's, you can have it delivered through Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats, or download the free Rita's app. And you can order online and just pick up at that side window. They've always got great specials and new flavors. You got to go to their Facebook page to see what's on for each day. There's no reason not to have Rita's, especially right now. 538 West South Street in Frederick. All right, let's see what is happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Atlas Wood Floors. They've been serving the area for more than 34 years. They do wood floors, luxury vinyl plank, anything you can put on your floor. They can handle it. I'm telling you. So we moved my we moved into the house on Yellow Springs, Jeff and my sister Deanna. And let me just tell you, there was a small scuff on the new floors, and Jeff about had a heart attack. Of course, it can be buffed right out, thank goodness. But when you got the floor guy living in the house that just had the floors done, oh boy, but he can fix anything up for sure. Give Atlas Wood Floors a call today, 301-948-9663, or go to atlaswoodfloors.net. Oh goodness. Let's see what is happening in this great town of Frederick, Maryland. Well, first of all, we are a very generous county here in Frederick. Right now, we've got Souls of Joy shoe collection going on. You can donate to my PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle, and I'm happy to shop on your behalf. I want to thank those people who have donated so far. I am going to go shopping this week for shoes. So if you know of anyone having any great sales going on for the summer, please send them my way so that I can be sure to make every dollar stretch as far as possible. We want to help out as many kids as possible. I have 90 pairs of shoes right now. I would love to get to 300. I cannot do that without you. You can drop off new shoes to the home of everything Frederick, which is at 401 North Market Street. Oh my gosh. The Orioles Nest is on West Patrick Street, and Family Heritage Trust is also on West Patrick Street in downtown. If you want to be a collection site, let me know. All right, I've got a giveaway alert, and I meant to do a a slide on this, but I will do it tomorrow. But if you want to go to Spirits of Maryland, which is all the local distilleries from, not all, many of the local distilleries from Maryland, even in Frederick and beyond, all the way down to the Eastern Shore, I need you to text Spirits. Oh, I need to fix that because it's not Big Tree Memorial Fund anymore. Let's see. We got let's take that because the cows, we got to talk about that too. Our cows made it to the first round, and we love that. Buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, and it is now Mountainside Education. Isn't this nice that I get to spend the time that I should have been setting this up, fixing things? All right, let's try this one more time. So here you go. The 800 number is right at the bottom. You need to text spirits to 888-465-2944, and you could win a pair of tickets to go to Spirits of Maryland at the Visitation Hotel right in downtown. And it's on June 21st, and we're going to talk about that, obviously, and what's happening in Frederick. But if you want to win a pair of tickets, 888-465-2944. Definitely want to congratulate our Flying Cows on winning, and I got to find out what their playoff schedule is like. All right. The Four County Lions Club Carnival kicks off in Mount Airy. They are blessed with a very nice week, it looks like, of weather, except for Friday and Saturday. June 3rd, that is tomorrow. Benstown turns 1. 3 to 8 p.m. They've got hors d'oeuvres, and the 19th Street Band plays, and happy hour. Go wish Benstown a happy 1-year birthday. June 5th, which is Thursday, come to Touch a Truck at the Frederick Fairgrounds. Now, 2 to 3 o'clock is the quiet hour. And then at 3 o'clock, everything kicks into high gear. Come ride the mechanical bull. All right. It's free thanks to Good Morning Frederick and Shannon Flannery, the real estate goddess of Maurer Realty, the founders of Everything Frederick and more, and the home of Everything Frederick. We've got t-shirts. We're going to figure out exactly how you can get one. You're going to want one of these t-shirts. I am telling you right now, you will want one of these t-shirts. They are funny and they're great, and it just shows how much you love Frederick. It shows how much we love Frederick. Live at 5 is also on Thursday, 5 to 8 p.m. Friday night, if you're not doing anything and you graduated high school in the 80s from Frederick County, please come to Benstown. $5 crushes all night long. I love that about them. And I'll be there with some friends celebrating our 40th year since we graduated from high school. That is the exact day, 40 years ago, that we walked across the stage at TJ High School, because that's where they did the graduations. It was not at the Mount. All right. June 7th is First Saturday. This Saturday is First Saturday at the home of everything Frederick. We got author Natalie in. She is the Katie Adventures with Katie author. If you've got young kids, come on out to the home of everything Frederick. I think she'll be out there from like 11 to 1. You can meet her. Then we got some live music with Rich Burke. I got to say, the Rubber Duck Derby has been postponed to July 12th. I got to write that down. She called me. Rubber Duck postponed. It was too wet because of all the rain, and they're in a low-lying area. So that is not on this Saturday. It is postponed to July 12th. All right. June 8th, which is Sunday, is the Summer Concert Series kickoff at Baker Park. June 11th, we have a special Cocktails and Conversations networking at the home of everything Frederick. We have special guest Whitney Hahn joining us. She is an amazing speaker and so knowledgeable about AI and Chat GPT. She is going to give us the update on all of that. It's free. It's a great networking event. We have so many people who come out. They changes all the time. It's small and intimate. It's not overwhelming. So if you're like me and an introvert, it's a perfect one to come to. Come as my guest. I'll hang out and introduce you to everybody. June 13th, Key City Rotary's Low Key Fest at the Carroll Creek Amphitheater. Get your tickets now at Eventbrite and secure your spot. We've got a cute triangle playing at that event, and food trucks. Grilled cheese, please, and MR Cheesecakes is going to be there, plus adult beverages with Rockwell Brewery and Simple Theory Wine. June 14th, charity karaoke. You can sing for a cause to help pay off the FCPS lunch debt, which is $4,000. And the Orioles Nest is helping to make a dent in that. With your help, you get to sing, and the money you pay to do that is donated to the cause. And then June 15th, it is Father's Day and Superhero Sunday, meaning dads climb free at Tree Trekkers. All right, if you want to know what is happening in Frederick, just click that link in the description of this video below. And then you'll get the full calendar listing. We spend a couple hours a day, basically, adding all the new events happening. And they are coming. It's like drinking from a fire hose sometime. But if you have an event you want mentioned on the show, or you want me to add to the calendar, email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com or tag me. The best way is really sending me a message through social media. That's the way that I see it the fastest, okay? Or send me an email directly to Promo Circus. All right, we're going to take a quick break. Then we're back with CB, a male terrier mix. He's 7 years old and needs a home. Then we're going to meet Joe Richardson from Mountainside Education and Enrichment and talk about how we're going to keep great food out of our landfills and allowing someone who wants it to enjoy it. All of that comes up just after this.
At Mid-Atlantic Chiropractic, we understand how pain can hold you back. We're here to understand what you're going through. For a limited time, you can schedule your first visit for just $50. Give us a call and mention Good Morning Frederick, and let's get you feeling better.
Cosmec Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves, double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmecHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
Get your tickets for Key City Rotary's Low Key Festival happening Friday, June 13th from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Carroll Creek Amphitheater. It's an all-ages, family-friendly event with live music with the band Acute Triangle, grilled cheese, please, and MR. Cheesecake's food trucks. Purchase adult beverages from Rockwell Brewery and Simply Theory Wine. Get your tickets on Eventbrite. Just search Low Key Festival. Thanks to Georgetown Insurance for their support.
Hi, I'm Devin, your friendly neighborhood shower door expert. Upgrade your bathroom with a beautiful glass shower door, custom fit to accent your space and make getting into your shower one of the highlights of your day. Come see us at our brand new showroom in Frederick, Maryland, or online at showerdoorexperts.com.
All right, let's meet our possum pet looking for a new home. Possum Pets is sponsored by Maryland Lottery with tons of ways to win. You can get a hot scratch off like big money, where a $5 ticket could net you $50,000. Or the $2 Monopoly ticket with a top prize of $10,000. Plus, they have a ton of the game shows. Very cool and a lot of fun. Go to mdlottery.com for all the details. Plus, download that Maryland Lottery app and you can scan your tickets to see if you're a winner right away. You must be 18 or older to play. Please play responsibly. Let's meet CB.
Meet CB, this week's Pet of the Week. CB is a great dog. In fact, he has many of the qualities pet owners look for when they're seeking a new canine companion. He is friendly with people of all ages, as well as other dogs, well-mannered, enjoys walking on a leash, and knows how to relax. Like our Pet of the Week last week, Pumpkin, CB could stand to lose some weight. He currently weighs 110 pounds, and for his overall health it would be beneficial if he shed approximately 25 pounds. Why is CB at the shelter? Like so many other animals that are relinquished, his owner lost his home and was unable to take him along. CB is a 7-year-old terrier mix. He will make some lucky family a great companion. Is your family the perfect fit? The shelter is open Monday through Saturday. If you're interested in meeting CB or any other animal at the shelter, please make a reservation at visitfcac.as.me or give us a call at 301-600-1546 and we would be happy to make that reservation for you.
Oh, CB, I know what it's like to need to lose weight. I know, poor thing. And it's not easy, is it? All right, visit fcac.as.me is the website to go to if you think CB could be a great addition to your family. What a sweet dog. And I'm so sorry that their owners lost their home and had to relinquish the dog. I know how hard that must have been. And hopefully, CB is able to get a home that he can live out the rest of his days in. All right, we got to take one more quick break. Then we're coming back with Missions That Matter. We're going to meet Joe Richardson, who's trying to keep good food out of the landfills and giving it to kids who really want it. All right, let me just get this off here. All right, we'll be back right after this. Experience an unforgettable vacation at the Salty Seahorse on the 4x4 beach in Corolla, North Carolina. Enjoy the pool, relax in the hot tub, fish, and kayak right off the private dock. The Salty Seahorse will be your forever vacation home. Go to thesaltyseahorse2201.com. Who's always wanted to go to Alaska? Well, that's me. And I'm putting together a trip June 9th through June 20th of 2026. I would love for you to join me working together with Antietam World Travel Service to put together an amazing itinerary featuring both land and sea. We're going to see all the great stuff you see when you go to Alaska. I promise it's going to be a lot of fun. Go to bit.ly/Alaska2 for more information.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
A&S Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business, and they're located right here in Frederick. A&S Construction specialize in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters and even build you a new patio or deck. Call 301-703-2157 or send an email, info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, because you watch Good Morning Frederick, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement or $50 off any roof repairs. All you have to do is let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. So here is your warning, right? Screenshot right now, and that way you know that A&S Construction will be there when you need them. All right, let's find out who is doing good in our neighborhood. Doing Good in the Neighborhood is sponsored by Dublin Roasters, the Frederick Coffee House, fueled by love and positivity. Visit Dublin Roasters at 1780 North Market Street or at DublinRoastersCoffee.com. All right, it is time for Missions That Matter, a partnership with Stroll Landsdale. Let's meet Joe Richardson after we hear from Michelle Rankin. With Michelle Rankin, owner and publisher of Stroll Landsdale. And we have partnered together to bring you Missions That Matter, a nonprofit that's featured in the magazine each month, and one that will receive all the proceeds from Good Morning Frederick merchandise for the month. And welcome, Michelle, to Good Morning Frederick.
Hi, Dani. How are you doing today?
Oh, excellent as always, especially when you bring me a nonprofit that I've never really heard of. And this is one of those as well.
Yeah. It was really exciting. I love it when we come across a nonprofit that we're not as familiar with. I actually had a little bit of experience with this particular nonprofit through my Rotary Club. Yeah, Mountainside Education and Enrichment started a program, Lunch Out of Landfills.
Anytime we can educate, especially our young people, about things like composting and, keeping good food out of the trash. We've all been in the schools and seen entire lunch trays being thrown into the garbage where perfectly good food is actually going into the landfill. And he was very passionate about that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're so right. But like I said, I had a little bit of knowledge of this because our Rotary Club actually partnered with him, and we do the Lunch Out of Landfills at Lincoln Elementary here in the city. And I think one of the things that I thought was really interesting about this was not just that composting part of it, which I think is really super important, because that's an incredible amount of food and waste that they're keeping out of our landfills. But also the fact that if one kid had an extra milk or extra banana, something that they could leave behind, the whole idea of these refrigerators where they could leave behind for other kids who might want it and maybe able to use it. I really thought that was pretty special as well.
Absolutely. And, really it is. It's like, you're absolutely passing on to somebody else something that you don't want, but that's perfectly good for them. And it spreads that out amongst all the students. So you guys have an article in this month's magazine about Mountainside as well. And we did a feature. Yeah, I love it.
We've got it right here. So our residents in Lansdale will get a chance to read that. We'll also feature that on our Facebook as well as our Instagram pages.
That's right.
So there's a QR code there where people can learn more. I know you're right. Joe is extremely passionate about this. They're trying to get this program up and running in more and more schools. So
yeah,
I think that, he definitely has a big job ahead of him, but I can't think of anybody better to lead that charge.
Absolutely. All right. Now you can meet Joe Richardson.
All right. We're at the home of everything, Frederick, 401 North Market Street. I'm with Joe Richardson, the purveyor of Bar Tea.
My wife and I own Bar Tea and all the programs mostly in Montgomery County.
Yeah.
And then a non-for-profit, Mountainside Education and Enrichment, MEE Green.
Okay.
And that's the parent company for Lunch at Landfills.
Yeah, very cool. Quickly, we'll just kind of go into you and your wife met at Bar Tea in the 80s. Mm-hmm. And you were able to acquire Bar Tea from the former owner. Kind of stole it in a way. He gave it.
He sold it.
He wanted it. He wanted it to go to good hands.
He really did. And I was the same way. Like I'm older. My oldest son is doing a really good job of maintaining the daily operations of the company.
Okay.
So I've kind of turned the day-to-day operations of our before and after school programs and summer camps into his hands and some other wonderful people who work with him.
Yeah.
And
at the time that you and your wife were at Bar Tea, you didn't have a teaching? Did you have a teaching? You were just interested?
My wife did, but we what we call non-formal educators.
Yeah.
Everything we do, we teach.
Yeah.
When I would take kids at Mountainside down the creek, it's like I'm going to introduce you guys to a whole new world that's dependent upon decisions that we make. And, exposing kids to macroinvertebrates and having them catching salamanders and crayfish. Is,
I remember doing that as a kid.
Incredibly impactful, especially for kids who haven't done
100%,
it before.
Yeah.
And honestly, when you hold a salamander in your hand and say, that salamander's ability to live here depends on choices that we make.
Yeah.
So we're sort of responsible for that creature's well-being. I think when you hold a salamander in your hand, it's so much more profoundly impactful than looking at it on an iPad.
Oh, 100%. When did the idea, or I'm sure it was kind of always a part of what you were doing, when did you actually go, okay, we need to do something about this waste?
I saw the amount of, I would take trash cans from camp and throw them into the dumpster.
Yeah.
And I have to confess, originally we were buying bottled water from Costco by the pallet and giving them to kids, and the kids weren't drinking all of it. I shudder to think that I did that now because bottled water and single-use plastics make me crazy. So we discontinued that.
Yeah.
We have coolers and solo cups that do biodegrade that we make sure kids stay hydrated, but stopped that process. But we saw significant amounts of uneaten food going into our dumpsters in summertime, and I could only imagine that it would be comparable, if not worse, in elementary schools.
Right.
So in 2000, I served on the Frederick County Sustainability Commission from 2014 to 2020. And the last 2 years, Jan Gardner in 2016 asked me to serve on the What's Next Steering Committee, looking at solid waste options for Frederick County. I was on the Sustainability Commission. She wanted 2 members from that commission and some people from SWAC and some other concerned citizens to do a real in-depth exploration of what our options were. So we met in public forums. We met monthly for 2 years.
Wow.
Produced a 169-page document that I don't think anybody's read since. on what we should be doing, because at the time they were going to build a waste to energy incinerator.
Right. I remember all of that.
And that ended. And it's like, so what are we going to do now? So that was what the What's Next committee stood for.
Right.
And I realized my role, because I work with children and see firsthand some of the waste, that it's like, well, let's teach kids. Let's get organics out of the waste stream. So one of the big conclusions were stop burying organic matter.
Yeah.
And introducing this into schools.
Yeah.
So after 2018, when we provided the report, I was patted on the back. Thanks for my service. Committee was disbanded, and it's like, so what now?
Yeah.
And fortunately, there's some great teachers in the county. Elizabeth McCook at Urbana High School reached out to me and said, listen, Joe, I know you know something about composting. I'd like to try to do some waste diversion in Urbana. And we started a program in 2019. There were some great kids who I was introduced to. I don't know if you know Phil Westcott. He was running Key Compost.
I don't, but yeah.
He was asked to start a program at Clarksburg Elementary School in Montgomery County, spearheaded by 3 7th graders.
Oh, wow.
And they went back to their old principal and said, we'd like to start a compost program there. And Mr. Benson was all about it. So we started a couple of programs that were fledgling. And it was remarkable how quickly the kids picked up the idea. 4 bins instead of 2.
Yeah.
Compost, recycling. But what we were seeing is we provide an organics bin, a liquids bin, compost, and recycling.
Yeah.
And recycling is badly contaminated in most cases.
Right.
There's so much contamination in recycle bins in any school that it's all trash.
Yeah.
So we started this program, and we were diverting 85% of the waste that it was previously going to a landfill by providing these options.
That's amazing.
And
that's amazing. Now that you didn't wait for this bigger thing to happen. You just said, you know what, we got to do it now. We got to start wherever we can, and hopefully it spreads based on those kids.
This needs to be a nationwide program.
Yeah.
And I'm working with Rotary. I'm on the Environmental Sustainable Rotary Action Group. I've been starting upstart programs in Washington State, Hawaii, Maine, New Hampshire, working with people in North Carolina. And this is a universal problem, not unique to Frederick or unique to Maryland. We're trying to make a national movement where we stop throwing away edible food.
Yeah.
And to the best of our capacity. And some communities can't compost, and some communities don't have recycling capabilities.
Right.
But we divert as much as we possibly can wherever we are.
Sure.
Starting with edible, recoverable food.
Yeah. So how can the greater Frederick community help you?
Pressure on the school system. I've worked with the school system. I've had students present to the school board on a number of occasions. We've been applauded and lauded for our work. And the school systems are limited in their budgets. I understand that, and I don't want to burden the school system. I don't want that to be the responsibility of school administrators or building services.
Yeah.
The ideal program is a green club or environmental club in the school embraces this, owns it, helps supervise it. I need a teacher champion to guide it.
Yeah.
But if you talk to Carrie Wolf at Middletown Elementary School, it's like once the kids get it and they have this schedule of I'll be a compost ambassador for this lunch period, the programs run themselves.
Right.
But it needs to be really championed by students.
Yeah.
Not a burden to the school system.
Right.
Throwing away 30 to 40% of all the food that's grown in this country or processed. It goes in the waste. Again, we have hunger. So there's nothing political about this.
Yeah.
But there is a systemic problem that is very, very difficult to breach.
Yeah. Yeah. So pressure, families in schools can help champion this opportunity and kind of bring it to a PTA or a school, their local administration, just to say, hey, I want to get this started. We talked about a mutual friend who I know started this at Yellow Springs, and then it just kind of got it going. And I think that's what it takes, right? It just takes somebody to stand up and say, hey, I can do this.
It takes a lot of persistence. I thought, when Dr. Albin was the superintendent, she said, Joe, my daughters are concerned about the environment. It's like, Mom, what are you doing? So she found some funding to help support organic extraction from elementary schools.
Yeah.
Rotary clubs in Frederick, I'm a Rotarian. A lot of the clubs came
Same.
through and
Yeah.
raised money. And that was enormously beneficial. But again, it's year by year. So
Yeah.
any principal or student or teacher that wants to see something like this happen in their schools, they can reach out to me.
Okay.
My email address. We have a website. It's under construction. I'm actually working with the World Wildlife Fund
Okay.
to create a more robust presence
Okay.
where this can and needs to be replicated
Yeah.
everywhere in the country.
Right.
So we want to have this sort of step-by-step, and having students be able to communicate with students in other, not in other schools, but other counties, other
Sure.
states. Hey, what are you doing that's working?
Right.
How can we adopt what
Yeah.
you do? Because this has to happen everywhere. I did some math, and we've estimated in our years of doing this, roughly 50 pounds of perfectly edible, recoverable food gets thrown in the trash every day from a school of 500 students. You multiply that by 180 days.
Right.
67 schools in Frederick County,
Right.
1,400 schools in Maryland, 98,000 schools in the United States. And we're throwing over 800 million pounds of perfectly recoverable edible food.
Wow.
Instead of providing students with options. If I want a second milk, I have to pay for it.
Right.
In the meantime, there's 17 in the trash can.
Right. Right.
So the one other thing that I'm pushing hard for this year is refrigerators. Mini refrigerators with glass doors to be placed in cafeterias and share tables. They're fairly inexpensive. I'm working with HT Supply. We can get high quality refrigeration at wholesale costs. And $350 puts a fridge with a glass door and an external thermometer, which appeases health department, appeases food services, and kids begin to understand. Whoa, there's a milk. I can help myself to it, whether they do it at lunchtime or going out the door. I've worked with Laura Oxner from A Simple Gesture in North Carolina. The data is the same. They have refrigerators in all 146 schools in Guilford County, North Carolina. And they've estimated they've recovered 1.2 million pounds of available food from that school system alone.
Wow.
It's an embarrassing problem. You have hunger in this country.
Yeah.
And we're modeling behaviors that need to be altered.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. All right. Well, we're going to make sure your details, how people can get in touch with you, are on screen so that they can reach out. If they want more information, maybe to have you come do a presentation, give them a pep talk, give them the stuff they need to take to their schools or organizations to help alleviate all of this waste.
Yeah.
We appreciate everything you've done over
Well, thank you.
40 couple of years here in
Well,
Frederick
40 years of
County
camp,
and
but it's been
Montgomery
like
County.
an 8-year campaign.
People don't ask what's next, then where are we, right? So we really appreciate you doing this for our community and championing it, and hopefully you have a big army soon that can help. We really appreciate you. I think it's great.
All right,
Awesome.
thanks, Dani.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you guys for watching.
Thank you.
All right. So I want to thank Joe for that. So this is it. They're looking for refrigerators in every school so that kids can actually put in the fridge foods that they would normally throw away and keep millions of tons of food out of our landfill. I think that is extraordinary. Makes a lot of sense. Very smart. And it takes people. I hate wasting food. I hate wasting food so much in my own home that I will eat the leftovers until I can't stand it. I don't like throwing food away. At the very least, some of it is being composted, which is great, but perfectly good milks and apples and bananas are being tossed away for nothing. And I love this idea. I want to thank Rotary Club of Frederick for stepping up and getting the fridge in Lincoln. Let's get one in every elementary school and then every middle school and every high school. Let's give the food to people who want it and it doesn't go to waste. All right, that is it for us today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please tell a friend about Good Morning Frederick. If someone loves Frederick, they got to watch this show for sure. Want to thank you guys so much for hanging with me, and let's get out there and let's be great.